because I already see you ready. You ready to get the spicy dog off?
It's
All
just like
right, everybody, welcome back to the show. It's your boy Carver 2X, and I am here. Let me make sure I'm getting this right, man. The Let's start here. I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend himself. The not once, not twice, but three-time champion flag football player, my guy, Daniel. What's going on?
what's up, man? Yo, like I'm excited for the flag world, getting to flag. I know they've been saying that for a minute now, like trying to get it to it's already in the world game, but it's just got approved for the Olympics. So,
Mm-hmm.
it's big for the flag world, but that's my only disgruntled with it. So now that it's that big, is the NFL players going to saturate the market with the flag players to where now
Yes.
the top flag players can't even showcase what flag was really they wasn't worried about it when it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't in the Olympics. When it was a world game and they can win a gold medal with the world game, they wasn't worried about it. But now that it's an Olympic,
The real gold
um
medals.
the real gold medals, and now, yeah, right, the real, now they're trying to be like, oh, let's go get an Olympic and face the other countries. uh do y'all realize these other countries don't have NFL teams? So those players are their best flag players. And now our country in the World Games is playing our best flag players.
Mm-hmm.
And all those other countries is going to do is send those national teams to the Olympics because that's the best people they got to represent them. And now you talking about going to play against Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson and things like that. I don't get it. I get it. They're good tackle flag players, but flag is more than just transitioning from tackle to flag. It's like a baseball player thinking it's easy transitioning from baseball to like slow pitch softball. Like it's the same. It's just like,
Can I
yeah,
give you
you
some
play.
pushback here?
Yeah, give it to me.
We still talking about the best athletes in the world, though.
I get it, but the rules is different because it's not as much contact. Then when you get to the flag moves and then like trying to pull a flag is different. Like
That's
pulling the
true.
flag is way harder. Like I want people to really understand what you got to do when you got to pull a flag. Like go look up go look at the top players in flag right now, which is Hoosh. I played against them. Pablo played against them. Velt played against them, and other players on Team USA.
Mm-hmm.
They flag moves is crazy, and people like flag moves, yes, hips, dips, and all that. Like,
But you
so
don't
it's
think that Tyreek Hill, a top level, not just football player, but track athlete, also just a pure athletic freak,
I
can't
get it.
figure out a way to translate that into being one of the best flag
I'm
football
sure
players?
there, but I'm sure there are players in the NFL that can translate to good flag football
Shit, it's
players.
probably
I'm not
players in
saying
the
it's not.
NBA or so, and just high level athletes. Period.
But I'm not saying. But I'm just saying, as in, like, what are we fighting? Like, if that's,
So you
I feel
think
like they
you
trying to
think they
help flag
should
foot.
just stay out of it? You think NFL players and like pro athletes should just, hey, get the fuck on, bro.
If
Let this be what flag
if
is
they
flag,
make
NFL is NFL.
if they genuinely make the team, then yes, flag term, not because of name term. Just like, oh, this is that player, so we need him because of, oh, look, ratings and gold medals and status and history of how you played in it. Oh, he got a gold medal in flag football, so he should be in the
Yeah.
Hall of Fame, even if he don't have a Super Bowl.
Hey, that's a good
Like,
point.
like
That's a
it's
good
just like,
point.
so it's just like, whoa, no, oh, 15 years in the league, never had it when that, yeah. So I'm just like,
But I got
no, I
four
don't.
gold medals in flag
And
football.
four gold medals in the Olympics, so I
Yeah.
feel like I should be a Hall of Famer. It's like, no,
Or
it shouldn't be like that.
somebody like what's his name from the Bengals? We tried John Ross, who run a 4.16 or whatever, and just
I
I'm gonna
seen
just go out
John
here
Ross
and go
play in
crazy.
college. I seen him play in college. He went to Pitt State. I went to Northwest.
Mm.
Same years. I seen him play in college. Dude was literally fast as hell. But yeah, wait. And the thing about it is, players that want to play on a U.S. Olympic team and things like that, just because you play flags or pads, if you can't catch, you can't catch.
That's a good point. That's a good
Like
point.
if you can't cover, you can't cover. Like
That's a good point.
some of these players in flag, people think, oh, they just flag football players. No, a lot of these players play. It's a guy in flag right now, Bruce Matt, one of the top receivers in the league on the world team.
Hmm.
Played at he got, if I'm not mistaken, he's the top receiver in Coastal Carolina's history for receiving yards.
Mm.
He plays flag, but he didn't make it in the NFL. Like D.D. Westbrook, you remember from Oklahoma?
Yeah, yep.
Plays in the Oklahoma league that I go down to and play in sometimes. It's
Oh, okay.
NFL players. In Wichita, I play me and him real cool. Mac, we call him Mac. He played with the Texans and stuff like that. And you can actually look him up. His name is I don't know I can't remember his first name. His name is Mac the Third, but he played with the Texans. If I give you his first name, you Google him, and he played years in the NFL, and
Mm.
so he played for Wichita Wheat, which is one of the teams is my kryptonite for my team. So even though we got more, or statistically and championship wise, we better, but every time we play that team, they just match up weird with us,
It's
and
like
we
how the
always
Bengals was for
lose.
the Chiefs
Yeah, we just
early.
match up weird with them, and they beat us all the
Mm.
time. So Mac played in the league, so it's NFL players in flag.
Now,
So it's not like it's just yeah. What?
can let's hold on for a second. Can I give you? Well, I just want to preface to the people listening. This started from I sent the list over of the topics I had in mind for this episode. One of them was putting together the best flag USA flag football team possible. And that's how we got here to this, to talking about flag football as a whole, right? But I say all that to say, can I give you the team that I had put together?
Yeah.
You tell me, I understand what you're saying, but you tell me again,
I get,
what do you think happens when this team rolls out against all the other flag football teams? Okay.
but the thing is like the Olympic also hasn't voted on. Is it going to be 7-man
Oh no,
like the
they did. They
AFF?
did. It's 6 on
It's
6.
oh, so they made it six.
It's
Okay,
six
is
man.
it
Yep. Because I
six
looked
nine
all of this
contact
up.
or is it
I
is it
don't know. I
six
don't know
nine?
that deep.
Because the World Games is 5-man. That five
Mhm.
in flag football, like the flag that I play in, 5-man is like the World Games. They play 5-man,
Mhm.
so that's the big one. And then they had the AFFL, which is 7-man. So then they had like the pro section, and then they had the flag section, and then the winner of each like division play each other. That's why I said because in the AFFL and the 7-man, the winners fighting cancer, back to back winners of the AFFL 7-man tournament, and like that, they beat the pros, like the NFL, like the people,
Okay,
the ex NFL players, and things like that. And because it's like they know the game, they play it all the time. These
that's
NFL
true.
players only did it once.
But
Like,
let's okay. But hold on, I'm just pushing back here because I understand what you're saying. But I just give you the list that I had, and just because I understand this is former NFL players or NFL players that didn't quite make it on. But this is the team I had. At quarterback, I had Mahomes. Obviously,
right.
he can run around, avoid any type of rush. He got the arm to throw every angle. Cool. Now at center, and I don't know how flag works or none of that. This is all just off pure. I
Well,
read a little bit and
if
I
they do
guessed
it,
how this would work. But at center slash rusher, I guess basically what it'd be like the equivalent of like a middle linebacker. Basically, that's how I looked at it. How you flipping this guy on
yeah,
off,
most in 5-man, most centers do play rusher or linebacker. So
and
yeah,
that's what
you
I
are right.
assumed. So at center, I put Fred Warner because I figured, okay, if he needs to cover, he can cover. If he needs to rush, I'm not mad. I mean, it's Fred Warner here. He can
But
catch
it
too.
it just depends on the. That's why I say it goes back to it depends on the rules, because in 5-man, all you gotta do is line up at 7 and you can rush every down. And then
Yeah,
there's no blockers and no nothing. So you basically in 5-man, you if you lined up at 7, you can rush, and then as soon as the quarterback say hike, boom, you
he
going.
gone.
So now the quarterback has to design plays to where
You can
he
get
got to
some
get it
shit
out
off.
quick, or
Yeah,
if you don't have a hit move to make the rusher miss, you either sacked, or I mean, yeah, it's just dead. Like
but
it's more concept and knowing. Yeah, it's just so
that's
different.
what.
Like
Either way, I'm trusting Fred Warner to rush any quarterback. Okay, so then receiver. So I split this up because I thought, okay, so if it's 6 man, I basically have 4 receivers, but instead what I did was 2 receivers and 2 DBs. So I had Tyreek and Justin Jefferson because I figured,
Right. I
okay,
figured that's what you're gonna do. Yeah.
Tyreek is
Okay.
my speed guy, and Justin Jefferson is my. I'm just gonna throw it up, and hopefully he can just jump over everybody and catch it.
Right.
And then DB, I had Patrick Surtain because I
Mm-hmm.
figured, hey, he's quick, he can go out there and basically do everything. And then, and I know, and Patrick Surtain, I'm betting on Patrick Surtain to have at least solid hands. But the other guy that I had, I put Sauce in there, and I know Sauce's hands are
Okay.
awful. So
But the thing
that's
about
the
this,
one problem I couldn't
but
couldn't
but the thing,
overcome.
and also the thing about this that I'm still gonna kill is just like in flag, the top players play both ways.
Now, see, I that's the
Like
thing.
me, so like me in Kansas City, like I'm back to back national champ, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and defensive player of the tournament and
Mm-hmm.
things like that of the playoffs. But I play both sides of the ball, like,
Yes, and that the only
and I
person I was
and
worried
so it's
about
like
was Pat. Pat playing like safety or something would be
no,
a
the
little sketchy.
quarterback is usually the only person that doesn't play both sides.
Ah, okay,
So
okay.
like if you do have a quarterback that can play both sides, he's usually like one of the top. Like
Because I thought
we
about
have
putting
a
Lamar in
few
there just for that, just because I feel like, oh, Lamar
we have a
probably
I don't even
would be
think
safe
like
playing
the top
safety.
even in the top quarterbacks in Kansas City right now, there's only one that I would trust to play both sides,
Mm.
and there's two that could probably play both sides. And there most of them could if like everybody's injured. Like our quarterback on our
Yeah,
team doesn't play both sides at all.
could in a
Only time he
pinch.
play only time he plays defense is if like he has like
He's
absolutely
forced to.
have to
Yeah,
like forced to like. But other than like Josh, he played, but he also plays. He's AF. He plays Arena League football, so he's an
mm.
Arena League football player playing quarterback and flag, and one of the top quarterbacks in the league. He could play both sides, and then Javon plays both sides. But other than that, nah.
So do you
Like
think? So let me get.
it's different. Like I feel like it's real different trying to cover and flag. You have to. I really encourage people if they really invested in like flag and things like that, just go look it up. Just like go look up
And watch and
5 man no contact football. Go watch the top play like Team USA play and things like how they do and just like, oh, like
it's different.
niggas to catch the ball and do a pin drop and you thought what I'm trying to pull his flag, he just pin drop and he back up and he running. You like, whoa, what the hell? Like, yeah, everybody if I'm probably showing my age right now saying a pin drop, but everybody know what a pin drop is, the dance where you know where you dip real quick and you pop back up. Yeah. Yeah. Picture somebody
Yeah.
doing that and popping up and running that's off flip. You like, is his knees capable of doing that? Yeah, it is.
So
Like,
just to clean up this topic and get out of here. So do you think that basically the NFL players should just you either I'm my take hearing what you're saying is you feel like some of y'all it's not going to translate for and you should just let it be for the people that already
it's
do
the
this.
it's right.
Like Gronk.
Right,
When I
because we
heard Gronk
already
was like, "Oh,
right.
I'm
No,
gonna go play flag," I was like,
no,
I don't think
Grunt
you should.
wouldn't.
Tyreek is one thing. I would
I
trust
guarantee
Tyreek.
you in flag, I put you on. I put it on. If it's not goal line, if it's flag, I guarantee you, I will lock Grunk up. I'll put it on my. I'll put it on everything that I own. Like I guarantee, if I got a good rusher, and Grunk is lined up right there, I guarantee you. Not, right now, no. I will lock that. Like I will. I will lock.
But see, the problem
Easy.
is, are
Everybody's like, just throw it up. I don't
you
give a.
locking
It's
Trav
like
up? You if Mahomes and Kelsey go out there and they out there on the flag with Tyreek with Justin Jefferson or whatever, you who you locking up with that?
I guarantee. I guarantee you, Tyreek will have. Tyreek is probably the only motherfucker in the field that probably did. No, I
Okay.
mean these other receivers is good, but it's just like it's flagged, so it's like I don't have to worry about tackling you.
True. So you can
So
kind of be a
so
little more
like
aggressive. Yeah, yeah.
and not even aggressive. It's just like I know he don't have no hit moves. He's just gonna try to outrun me.
Try to be
So
faster. Yeah.
as long as I'm good at pulling flags, if he catches hitch, bam, flag
I'm
pull,
snatching this shit. I see what you're
and
saying though.
and
You
and
gotta,
we
yeah,
good. Like so, it's just like I'm not worried about your. I'm worried about your speed, but Tyreek Hill is just like, oh, I'm so fast, I'm just gonna run a
just
go.
gonna run
You,
away from everybody.
but you don't understand that the nigga rushing him is getting to him in point two. So
Yeah.
it's like he's not
It's no time.
yeah, it's really no time. That's why I'm saying it's really different with the like I played quarterback late this last draft session. I played quarterback in flag. Like it's it's different when you got your that's why I'm saying I need to understand the rules. Like if it's 6 man, do they have blockers? Is it screen? Like is there an automatic
Yeah.
rusher every time? Like it's rules to flagging. Everybody has their own rules. So we don't know what exactly what the Olympics is gonna say, what the rules are for the 6 man.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I get it. Let's all right, cool off. Cool off.
I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. Like, I mean, shout out to the NFL players supporting it and things like that. Like, if y'all want to support some stuff, man, come out. KC Metro, we play every Sunday. We got a winter
I think
session
that's the
starting.
best
All
thing
that
here
stuff.
is that it'll shine a lot. Personally, once you said that, I've been thinking about it today, and it kind of made me feel like maybe the NFL players should just stay the fuck out of the way and just let flag be what it is. That way it can get its own light, its own shine. Maybe the first time they play, it's NFL players and just shine the light on what it can be. You know what I mean? That it can be like I don't want to say it's not a real sport, but like a higher level sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So this is
It's
where
kind of like
people
how
think
pickleball is right now. Like I don't see why flag football couldn't be like pickleball, where people taking it real serious. Like people investing millions and millions of dollars into pickleball. You know what I mean?
But I'm saying where people thought it was what I was lying about.
I got the
That's what it is.
receipts.
That's what it is. Like there's
Let them
receipts right
know.
here.
Let them
There's
know.
receipts. There's receipts right there. And then this is the draft session when I played receiver. Not even DB is the top receiver. What was that? 61 catches, 13 touchdowns. Like
Boy,
that's crazy. Like,
let them
like
know.
it's receipts for it. Like
Hey, that's
there's no
perfect. That's
there's
perfect
no
that you pull
cat.
that out
Like
because right now, you want to go put some pads on and go play for the Chiefs because they need a receiver. They need somebody that can go get open and catch a ball. So,
yeah, shit. I go out there and take a couple hits for a couple 100,000. Like I'm
hey,
cool. Hey, shout out to that's what I was gonna say. Shout out to my boy McCole coming back to the city.
I just seen that.
Remember I shot him. I shot him out last time for not getting no PT with the Jets.
He's
But
like, let me come back, please.
but I'm coming back. But now you back with the Chiefs, which is actually not a bad fit.
No, it's
Which
perfect.
is not a bad fit.
That's what we missing
Take the
that
top off
exactly. Take
receiver.
the top off, open up some of this stuff so they
Now
quit playing
everybody
man to
and then
man.
but what's crazy is now everybody's like, fuck. They gotta take the top off receiver who already know the offense.
Mm-hmm. He just coming
So
right
it's
back
like
doing the
he
same
just come.
thing.
So now it's just like, oh, give him a week. It's just like we expect McCole Armin just like if we tell this dude to run and go,
Yeah.
Rasheed Rice right behind him, boom.
Yep.
Or anyway, so it's just like this is a perfect like this might be a sneaky good move for the Chiefs for another Super Bowl run.
Speaking of sneaky, especially with this new addition, do you think the Chiefs are sneaky the best team in the league?
Oh, I like how I set that run up for that next episode. That was a good look.
Now the segue was crazy.
That
It was
was
a crazy
that
segue.
was pretty crazy. But yeah, I think they are because the only reason why but like I said weeks ago when I think the first week we started, people wasn't questioning the Chiefs' offense. We was questioning the defense.
Yeah, and then
And
somehow
the
it
defense
flipped.
and the defense is top 10 in the league in every category, if I'm not mistaken. Every major category.
I think when you do it, when you go overall and put it all together, they top 5 basically. It's top
Yeah,
5
but
defense.
yeah, I mean, I'm just going off of like more. I think if you do overall, yeah, but I'm stretching
You giving them a little leeway, but I wouldn't look at.
yeah.
I was looking at today. They top 5 because it's scoring. They're number 2. Yards they like number 4.
Okay.
Turnovers is that's what drags them down to a top
Yeah.
10. But if you just average everything else together, they a top 5 defense
Okay.
of
Yeah, because I
everything.
knew turnovers, they were somewhere around like 9 or something. So
Yeah,
it wasn't that many, but we get the turnovers where we need to get them. Like
yes.
if you see all our turnovers, they are in key moments, as in
You know
like
who leads the league in turnovers right now and like takeaways on defense?
like a player or team.
The team.
Oh, is it us?
No, it's not even close.
No, is it? No, who is that? Was I thought that
The
was the say was
Jags.
one.
The Jags have 15 like takeaways. I couldn't believe it. And it's like they have like 5 more than the next down. It was crazy.
That is crazy. I didn't
That's
know that. I
wild,
wouldn't
yeah.
even guess the Jags to be honest.
Not at all.
But
That mean that but we'll talk about them later. But yeah, like the Chiefs is scary. You got a top 5 defense basically. You've got the best player of all time just watching. Oh, he doesn't have Brady stats, blah blah blah. But basically, like the best quarterback we've ever
it's not even
watched.
Brady stats. He doesn't have Patrick Mahomes. They comparing him to himself.
Yeah,
That's how great he is. He's so great that they comparing Patrick Mahomes to other Patrick Mahomes
yeah.
years. It's
He's
just like what is
to me. He's if Brett Favre could run, that's what he is, and that's scary.
minus the turnovers,
well,
minus the
nah.
massive turnovers.
Well, no, the turnovers was crazy. But that if you, yeah, I guess if you take
Cause
out
Brett Favre,
the
my
worst
favorite
part of
quarter.
Brett
Well,
Favre, yeah, because
you know,
Brett
say
Favre is mine too. I'm with you.
yeah,
That's
it's
why
like
having Mahomes is so crazy. But it's the similar like thing, yeah, minus the turnovers. You're right, because Brett
he
Favre
led the
had the
league in
turnovers like
picks.
Josh Allen, where it's just I'm throwing it
Yeah,
out
I'm
100
throwing
miles
it
an
and I'm doing
hour.
whatever. Brett Favre led the history in interception until I think Eli Manning broke
That's crazy.
it. And like I think Eli Manning broke it in like was it 13, 14 or something like that? Like
Mhm. Didn't Jameis
yeah.
just come in and destroy that? Or are you talking about all
No,
time?
I'm talking about in history, as in
Yeah,
like
yeah.
career history. Like Brett Favre had it, and then Eli Manning, and then Tom
Eli
Brady
Manning hit
just.
that
You
shit.
remember Tom Brady just broke it with
Broke.
like most pokes, most picks in the career. It's just like
But you
it's
can have that
got.
if you got the most everything else.
Well,
You
you
can
can
take
have
that.
that if you last 20 years in the
It's
NFL
just
as
like
well.
Belichick.
Like
You seen that shit? Belichick is like I think it was 2 or 3 losses away from having the most losses as a coach also. And it's crazy to think, but his win percentage is like 70%. And he just put all that shit
yeah,
together. He's
and
like, bruh.
it's gonna keep dropping with Mac Jones. But anyway,
Yeah.
but anyway,
But
yeah. But
Chiefs,
the
sneaky best
yeah,
team in the league. I'm
I
with
think
you.
they are.
I'm with
But
you. Not good.
out of all the best teams
Mm-hmm.
that we saying that's 5-1, even the Detroit, like Detroit beat the Chiefs, so they better than the Chiefs.
Yeah.
We 5-1. We lost to Detroit, but who did Detroit lose to?
Yeah. The Seahawks.
All right.
It gives. Speaking of that, let's go from that because
So
this is perfect because we can get into that a little more with this next topic. Top tens. You want me to go first or you want to go first?
you can go. Shit, I don't even have to be a top 10. Like,
Because
oh
I can go
Lord,
first because I gave a small rundown for all the teams. Now the real question is, can we have a tie? Are
a
we
top
okay with having
where
ties?
at like me and you on our list
No, I mean
or
like I got 3 people, I got 3 teams in the same spot, and I could not make a decision. It was just like, oh man, like I really don't know who to go with for this spot.
I mean, but yeah, I mean you can have a tie, but you still gotta have 10 teams.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you
oh,
got
yeah. I got
like
13 teams. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, let
no,
me go
no,
through this. Let me go through this. So number one, it's the Chiefs. I put Chiefs number one. What we already talked about: top 5 defense, GOAT quarterback, GOAT tight end. The receivers, they'll figure it out. We got McCole coming back. That makes it even crazier. We've knock on wood had good like good luck with injuries this year. And like you just said, our loss is to a good team. We don't have any bad losses. Every other team that's 5-1, like you said, they have a bad loss.
and we could have actually if Kadarius Tony catch that fucking ball,
We have no losses.
we have none.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's why I have them number one, because it's like, even with through all the struggles, people be like, well, oh, you only scored 19 on the Broncos. The Dolphins scored 70 on them. Guess what? The Dolphins also got blown out by almost 30 by a team that lost to the Jets and struggled with the Giants. But let me get to the next one. Number 2, I had the Niners. I feel like it's pretty,
Yeah.
self-explanatory. All around best team. The quarterback is the quarterback in that right side of the line, which that shit came to fruition right after we was talking about it. The Browns game, they got exposed by Myles Garrett. And, the Browns offense is awful, but somehow they moved the ball on the Niners defense, that's the part I did not expect.
Yeah, and I think that part exposed the defense a lot.
Yes, that's why I put
If
them
PJ,
two.
and I'm sure if PJ Walker can do that, every coach is gonna be like, "What did
Uh-oh.
PJ Walker do it? Do it better."
Yeah, just
Like
whatever
it's
they
just
did, we
like,
just gonna do the same thing. So number 3, this is where it got weird. I had the Eagles still. Just
it's very weird.
the only reason I have them still this high, I know they lost to the Jets, but the Jets, they have the best worst loss because the Jets have been playing everybody tough. So a lot of
Yeah,
people will still be like, oh, the Bills are good, right? The Bills lost to the Jets also, same way the Eagles did. Actually, if I'm being honest, it was the Bills showing was slightly worse because at least like Jalen Hurts didn't have 5 turnovers. You know what I mean? Like it was 3, and
yeah,
it was a couple of, I think, 2 of them was early, and then you end the game on it, and obviously that looks awful. But it wasn't as bad either way. I have them 3. The O line, you can tell that they getting old. Lane Johnson just got hurt. Jalen Hurts misses Shane Steichen, and it's just a mess. I feel like this whole thing, all these teams outside of the Niners and the Chiefs are kind of a mess. And I know, let me keep going. 4, I got the Dolphins. The defense is the only real suspect part. And like as we know,
it's
Tyreek
a
is,
big stuff.
yeah, it's very suspect. And
Yeah,
we know
because
Tyreek is due for a flopper. He ain't had
he
one all
he had
year.
one. Yes, he did. He had one against 2 weeks ago when he didn't have who they played the Bills.
Was it the Bills game? But he still had like 100 yards or something, didn't he?
No, he had like
Let me
5 catches for like 50 yards. I mean, maybe it's 10 yards a catch, but he didn't have Tyreek numbers. Like
go
that because
check.
he got like 4 games with over 150 yards. That's
Ah,
raw.
oh no, that's preseason. Hold on. Yeah, it was the Bills game. He had 3 for 58.
Yeah. So I
He
mean, yeah,
had
he got the catches for the long
he had
runs,
a
but
14-yard rush. So he has 75 yards almost. That's still it. Yeah, that's locked up for his standards. So I guess he did have a flopper, but still, the defense is suspect, and you got blown out by the Bills, who got beat by the Jets, struggled with the Giants, got beat by the Jags, which is a little weird seeing how the Jags are kind of, sketchy right now. But 5, I had the Lions. When I was looking at the stats, it was like I didn't understand what was happening right now, like what was happening with the Lions, because they're a top 5 running offense, a top
mhm.
5 rushing defense, and then they're top 10 basically in everything. I think touchdowns, just one of those stats was like they were 14th, but that's still everything else was like 7-5-1. And so they're top 10 passing offense, and then they're like middling in passing defense. They're basically just a complete solid team that's really good at running the ball and stopping the run. And so it's like, 5,
Yeah.
you had the Seahawks. The Seahawks is like, that's not a bad loss, really. I thought about putting them higher. I just don't think when it comes down to like crunch time. I think now that Jared Goff has kind of got the monkey off his back a little bit and is
Right.
throwing picks again, like he's doing that consistently again. I think that's gonna pop up at some point. And what's the name? Hutchinson is crazy.
Yeah. Hudson's
He's gonna
crazy.
kill a couple games, and yeah. But
Mm,
6, I had the Ravens. Now, at
mm.
first, I had the Ravens at 3, but then when I thought about it, because everybody keeps saying, they're the one team that moved the ball on the Browns. And he looked awesome because if you really think about it, Lamar Jackson hasn't really played good. Because if you take the couple like the Bengals game, right? Everybody's like Lamar was awesome in the Bengals game, but the Bengals have been ass all year.
Yeah.
They've been terrible all year. So that's one thing. You played great against the Browns, the best defense in the league. Cool, but what happened that game? It's like I keep hearing that on the shows and all the sports talk. Oh, he was awesome against the best defense in the league. That's cool, but did everybody forget who the quarterback for the Browns was? It was DTR. He threw 3 picks.
Yeah.
And if
Right.
I remember correctly, when I was looking, all 3 of those picks ended up in touchdowns going the other way. Of course, you're gonna look amazing when you get a short field for, you know what I mean, 4 possessions. Like, yeah, you're gonna on a third of the possessions you get in short field. Yeah, you better look awesome. You better score 30. But I have the Ravens there. The offense, this is the part that concerns me about the Ravens. They are 29th and 30th in every pass statistic. Does that scare you at all from the Ravens? Because I know you like the Ravens this year.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I think I got the Ravens at the same spot you got the
Round 6,
Ravens.
5,
Yeah,
6, something like
six,
that.
six. Yep.
Yeah, because it just don't like the fact that they still haven't. We and for some reason people keep talking about the Ravens like they've stepped up their passing game or they've been passing the ball more. They're 29th in passing attempts still, and they're number one in running the ball. Like I really don't understand. Like, because I think it was Colin Coward had him 3 in his top 10, and I was just like, they haven't looked good. There's been nothing like great that I've seen them do, except they still run the ball. Well, it's the same exact team it's been for 5 years, and I just don't think that's good enough. 7, I had the Bills. Josh Allen is the perfect. He's white can't get right from life. Like he's the most talented, probably quarterback / football player that there is, but he just can't get right. He just can't get his shit together. The defense is fucking awful, banged up. They let the Giants get into field goal range almost every possession that they had. I think that's pretty crazy from a team who hasn't scored a touchdown in a month. And like letting them move the ball is pretty wild. They have the worst. Like when I looked at it, they have wins that are bad. Like the Giants win is a bad win. You know what I mean? You know how crazy that is to have bad wins. So
Oh yeah.
you have bad losses, bad wins. Like, yeah, it's awful. Then 8, I had the Browns. So I know that's probably the weird one, but that defense is so ridiculous. And if Deshaun can just be not PJ Walker, they should be fine. 9, I have the Bengals. I know that's a little sketchy, but if Burrow can come back healthy, you still have Jamar Chase, and you still got Lou Anarumo coaching that defense. And then 10 is where I got a 3-way tie, and I didn't know who to go with. I don't know who to go with, man. I got Seahawks, Cowboys, Jags.
Bottom of our list. I mean, our list is it's the top 2 is the same. Like I can say that. Like, Chiefs obviously number 1. Then I got the 49ers number 2. The only thing about it is it's just like with the 49ers, that number we're starting to realize that quarterback is a very important position.
Yes.
So it's like Brock Purdy is good, but it's just like, is he good? I mean, played the Browns, the best team without his two best. So we don't have a Christian McCaffrey or a Debo.
No.
Like,
I mean, yes, we do. Kelsey. Chiefs do.
No. I'm just saying, like, Christian McCaffrey, Debo, Ayuk could easily be all 3 starters
Kittle.
on the Chiefs right now. No, Kittle wouldn't start on our team
Kittle's
right
not
now.
starting.
He
Well,
wouldn't
if
start.
no, he would start because we would just run two tight end sets
Well, we were running two.
only,
Right.
like
We're running two tight ends.
exclusively.
I'm just going
But I know what you
exclusively
mean. I know
off
what you
like
mean.
position. So it's just like those three players is just like think about it.
Yeah.
We've had this scenario. Mahomes first year he had Kelsey, Tyreek, and Kareem Hunt.
Yeah. I think the exercise.
And
I forgot who it was.
so
It was either Nick Wright or Bill Simmons, but they did the exercise of if who would start. Like if you take all the Chiefs players, who starts of our starters, who starts on the 49ers?
like offensive, defense,
Just
or both.
Both. We know is Pat. Travis Kelce probably
Kelsey.
starts over. Well, he might not because they need the blocking. So Trav might not even start.
Trav can block though.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
not
people
like
have
Kittle
understand.
though.
Like
It ain't the same. Look, Kittle's a
I
monster
don't
when
want
it
to
comes
get
to
in that
blocking.
argument. Like everybody.
Either way.
That because
Let's say
they show
both.
more of Kittle blocking.
Yes, let's
than
put
they
them
do of
both in
Trav.
there. So Trav and Mahomes, Chris Jones, and then now it's getting sketchy. Now the Snead probably starts.
But I feel like
Creed.
Humphrey starts.
Yeah,
Joe Tooney would definitely start. I
that's
feel
why I said
like
like the inside. That's six
the
guys.
inside Trey Smith maybe.
Maybe, but I don't even know the line. The line on the 49ers
Well, Trey
like
Smith
almost doesn't matter.
They just came out with a stat. Out of 270 snaps this year out of the O linemen, Trey Smith and Joe Tooney is the only ones that haven't allowed a sack.
Yeah, but that's what I was going to say. The interior line is the argument where you can probably, I'm sure there are 49ers fans who would listen to this and look at us and be like, stop it. Joe Tooney or whatever. Creed isn't better than our center. I don't even know who they lineman is outside of Trent Williams. So that's kind of
I don't either.
But that's
Trent,
one of their main problems.
Because our outside is where Trent plays is that Donovan? That's not Donovan Smith.
Yeah, no, Juwan Taylor.
Juwan Taylor. There we go.
No. It is Donovan Smith because he stayed on the left side and Juwan Taylor's still on the right side. So it is
right.
Donovan
So Donovan Smith. So I would definitely take Trey Smith over Donovan Smith. So,
yeah.
but he's not.
But that's the thing. So we got 6. The best team in our eyes, the best team in the league has 6 guys that can even start over anybody 7, right?
Well, I mean,
who else?
I feel like Nick Bolton would start on the 49ers.
Where?
Outside linebacker?
One of the, but he's a middle line. He's not an outside linebacker.
But
though.
he can play linebacker. Just tell him don't play middle.
I mean, I guess, but if we going whatever where they
but he's a linebacker.
To the other
I'm just saying, as a linebacker, he can start on the 49ers easily.
But if they run a 3-4, don't they run a 3-4? He can't play outside linebacker in a 3-4
because he can't cover. Right.
No, because he's too small. He can't play on the line. He's 5'10".
Nick Bolton
is 5'10".
Well, I get that, but in a 3-4,
he can't
you don't
be
need
outside
somebody
linebacker.
to play on the.
He could be the second. Mike,
you don't run a 3-4 if you're trying to. You don't run a 3-4 like that. If I run a 3-4, it's because I need somebody. If I tell him to rush, and then he stands on the line, he doesn't. He's not 3 feet and down. So like he's one up on a blitzer. But then again, I need somebody who can cover too.
Nah, TJ Watt don't got to cover. He's an outside linebacker in a 3-4. But that's what I mean.
That's who they.
If you run the typical 3-4 nowadays, I know what you mean. Like traditionally, yeah, you're a linebacker. You need to be able to cover the flat. But nowadays, like we had Derek Nottie covering the flat in a play.
Well, that because the defensive lineman, the defensive coordinators we had was retarded.
Mostly right now, the outside linebacker, you're an edge rusher still. Like that's what you really consider mostly for these days.
See, that's why I like. Maybe it's because that's why I like Spags a lot because Spags is an old school D.
Yeah, and we just run a 4-3, just a straight up nickel 4-3. That's what everything. Yeah, it's just like that's what he wants to be in.
But it works. Like I don't understand why this 3-4 get to the number one goal is to get to the quarterback, and I think that's what Spags is like. Is like let's get to the quarterback.
Yeah, so we went on a tangent. The Niners,
yeah, we did.
They overall team is so good that I think Brock Purdy kind of just has to not play like he did last week. Just can you give us 180 yards a
Yeah,
game.
but when you
That's all
get
you
to the
got to do.
playoffs, playing like that ain't gonna get you nowhere but out.
I mean, it got
But
Jalen Hurts to a Super Bowl.
yeah, but he didn't make no mistakes.
That's true. Brock Purdy usually doesn't
Eh,
make mistakes either. That's
He
the point
doesn't,
with these
but when
super
he does,
teams.
like,
Yeah,
but when he does, he make up for it. Jalen Hurts can at least run. Can
yeah.
he? Like, it's like
No, but
yeah.
but that's what I mean.
So my number 3 team, Miami, obviously
Okay.
for other reasons, the second best team in the AFC. Everybody's seen what Miami's doing.
Yeah.
Offense, defense, like you said, liability. Like
Mm-hmm. They
I can't
monsters.
wait. I can't wait till week 9 in
It's off a
Germany.
bye
I
too,
think
ain't it?
that's our bye. No, we
Yeah.
got a bye before that. No,
Okay.
that's this is a. I mean, we got a bye after that. Week 10 is our
Oh,
bye.
okay, okay, okay. Yep.
So yeah, I can't wait for it. I mean, Tyreek been hyping it up. Only Tyreek, nobody else.
Yeah,
I
because
think it's a morning game next. Since it's overseas, it might be a morning game.
yeah, it's gonna come
So
on like 8 in the morning.
which means I get to wake up, open my eyes, and watch the Chiefs play.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always a
I
plus.
just
So
hate
yeah,
that because
Miami.
I make breakfast on Sunday mornings. I always hate that shit. It's like fuck. I gotta try to watch the game, make breakfast.
Hey boy,
Bullshit.
that's why you put TVs in kitchens.
Mm-hmm.
So
The tablet, bro. The tablet just I just
oh
can't
yeah,
quit fucking
the
around.
phone.
Yep, it's everywhere. Set it up everywhere. Everywhere I turn, I just set it up right in front of me.
Oh yeah, that's got to be me. Same thing. Uh,
Mm-hmm. So where we
4
at? 4.
Detroit.
I almost
I
put
just
them
feel
in the
like
same
Detroit.
spot.
I think Detroit is sneaky good. Like
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't even
I
think it's
mean they beat the
sneaky
Chiefs.
anymore. It's like if you don't think the
Yeah,
Lions
I
are
think it's
good,
still
what else can
sneaky.
they do? What else they got to do?
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, I just feel like it's still. I mean, the only thing sneaky about it is still Detroit. That's
True.
the only thing
Yeah,
sneaky
yeah.
about it.
You're
It's just like
right.
it's like
There's
we know
probably
y'all
so
good.
many people that
We
don't even realize that the Lions are good yet. That's the
yeah,
crazy part.
it's just like Detroit's 5-1. Then you'll just look at them. They'll be like,
Yeah, but it's
"Bro,
the
why are you
Lions.
lying to me?" Like it's just like the line Detroit. Like, but I mean,
And if you're gonna make a case for them not being good, here's the teams they beat outside of the Chiefs: the Falcons, the Packers, the Panthers, and the Buccaneers. That would be the one argument you could have is this week when they play the Ravens outside of the Chiefs game is the one time they play like a legitimate
yeah.
contender outside of game one.
So if they don't beat the Ravens, then it's just like, all right. So was the first game against the
Yeah.
Chiefs a fluke?
But the only
Which
problem with
it
that argument
was,
is
but
the only problem with that argument of saying those games, look who they beat, is they blew everybody out. Not blew
yeah,
them out, but
now I'm saying
they
they
beat
put a
everybody by two
spanking on them.
scores
Yeah,
at least. Yeah.
yeah, except us.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so where you at? 5?
So I'm at 5, which is the Eagles, which is obviously everybody if they watching or gonna watch is like Eagles got to come up sometime. Yeah,
Yeah.
Eagles right here at 5. I just feel like Detroit, if they met the Eagles and the Eagles wasn't ready for them, could beat them.
Yeah.
And then Detroit's probably gonna win a division. Eagles will probably win a division. So at the end of the day, is who gets the higher seed based on record.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
it's just like
only reason I have the Eagles higher up there is just because I feel like if any team that's having a weird run right now, like Bills, Bengals, Cowboys, Chargers, Eagles, I feel like the Eagles are the one team that's like poised to kind of break out of not playing well. That's why I put them up a little higher than
I
that.
feel like if the Eagles and Detroit made the playoffs, whoever got the home game gonna win.
I can see that. I can see that, especially if they still just kind of
Where
mid.
they at right now, like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like I just feel like whoever got the home game might go. But I wouldn't toss out like the road team win. I guarantee you, if this is the playoffs right now and they
Mm-hmm.
had to meet up, whoever had the home game, you know they give you 3. In Vegas gives you 3 points because you're the home game. The
Yeah.
spread will be 3 points. Like
Well,
it wouldn't even.
the sharp people say that it's not even that no more. That home field advantage is only 1.5 points now.
Uh,
That shit crazy. Yeah, I just heard that on the gambling show the other day. That
I've
shit
been going
wild.
off then. Like I've been doing
Mm-hmm.
my bets wrong then, huh?
Yep, I had to factor that in too. Like, hold on, home field
So
advantage
then I
one and
got
a half.
the Ravens at 6.
Yep, same.
I don't know. And they got Lamar Jackson.
Oh, and they lead. They're either like leading or top 3 in turnovers. So they just
Who?
keep the Ravens. They just keep
Oh,
fumbling. They have like 7
yeah. Their
fumbles.
defense is crazy. They have, but
Oh yeah, defense is ridiculous.
we're both 30. We know. We grew up on Ravens. Everybody
Yes,
talk about defense. You talk about Ravens defense.
yeah. Ray
So it's just
Lewis
like,
every
yeah,
yeah,
it's like, yeah. We grew up in the era where Ravens defense was Ravens defense. So
yep.
I've never not seen Ravens have a good defense.
You
That's
want a
like saying
crazy
this.
stat? Here's a weird stat that doesn't make any sense. They are bottom like 6 in all the ball control stats. So average on both sides of the ball. So the average time that they hold on to the ball per possession, their starting field position for each possession, and the amount of yards that they get each possession is like bottom 5 on both sides of the ball. So they let other teams hold on to the ball, get more yards, and start with better field position than them.
Yeah,
Basically every single possession of every game. It's
but they
crazy.
probably get better field. That's what the reason.
But the
So
defense
then,
is, yeah, the defense is be going crazy in certain spots and kind of
yeah,
just diminish all of that. But yeah,
yeah.
it's a weird stat. I know.
This is a very that's a very weird. So I was just like, yeah, well, that means
It
that
makes
the
no
defense
sense. They're
is
a running
way more
team.
crazy.
Yeah, they're a running team with bad ball control stats. So it's like they can't. They're the one thing they should be good at. Like the opposite. The best team at this is the Cowboys. They're not good. The Cowboys are not good at anything else. All the running stats and everything are middling, 15, 14.
Right.
All the passing stats are they're in the 20s. And then when you look at those stats on offense and defense, it's like 1 through 8, like 1, 4, 2, 8. Like it's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. They can't do anything good but just keep the ball out of the other team's hands and hold on to the ball. They not and then the Ravens are the opposite. Like this shit makes
Yeah,
no
that
sense.
might be a little bit with clock management with the coaches because
Yeah, that shouldn't just
we all know Mike McCarthy ain't really that clock
yeah.
guy.
But my bad. Who
But
Ravens
that goes on
6.
to my next one, the 7, which is Cowboys,
Mm.
which somehow they always end up in everybody's top 10. I don't know how. I feel like they could lose to anybody, but they can beat anybody. Like I just don't know. Like they just in the top 10. Like the Cowboys is the
Not
weirdest team.
not mine, technically. Well, technically they are still because I have a 13 team top 10.
No, but it's
But
just weird
still.
because they could, like I said, they could beat anybody,
Yes.
but they could also lose to
Lose to
anybody.
yes.
So I'm
Easily.
just like, I don't know, but I don't know if I'm not a Cowboys fan or anything like that, but I guess having them at 7 has more faith in like the Cowboys than a lot of other people do. I don't know where a
Yeah.
lot of other people have them in their top 10. I know you got them tied at 10
Yeah.
and things like that, but I don't know but it's just like I feel like they should be a top 10 team.
I
Like
think a lot of people have them around where,
I think
especially
I
after the Chargers game, where it's just like, what is happening? I think a
yeah,
lot of people have them around that
and I think
area.
we all just in our mind is still looking at the damn. They were supposed to be the second or third best NFC team, and they just lost 42 to
And struggled with
10
the
or
Chargers.
some
They
20. Like
almost chargered to the Chargers.
yeah.
But
So
then the Chargers chargered,
we
obviously.
also don't know. That's why I don't even have the Chargers on here. So I think the Chargers will probably be my next pick
I got
after
them
on my list, 11 or
13.
something like that.
I had them 13. So they're on the
No,
edge of
actually
that
the
three
Brown.
team tie.
Yeah. So my team after the Cowboys, the Bills.
We got the Bills 8. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't.
I I get it. That's the same thing from I don't know. I don't know. They're awesome and they're awful.
Yeah, they're the. What did you see that? The you sent it with the are the Bills the Cowboys or
Yeah, I said that.
the
Yeah.
A yeah, you said this
They're
like
the
yeah, and
Cowboys
then when you
of the
said that I was
AFC.
like yeah they are. It's
Yeah.
just like
We have these
everybody
super
expect
high expectations and nothing
and
ever comes from it.
divisional round.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just like
It was Nick Wright said it today. The Bills' best season is the Chiefs' worst season.
Yeah.
13-3, bounced in the AFC Championship. That's the Bills' best season.
Yeah.
And that was the worst season we've had in the past 5 years.
Yeah,
That's
because this was like, is the Super Bowl? That was the segment of the Super Bowl window. Is it here? Like,
yep.
yeah, he's like he think it's gone because
Yeah.
ain't it, and that over cap next year.
That shit is that's where it gets sad.
And that's what's gonna get real sad. Bill's gonna be building. Bill's gonna be building again, and they'll be getting a lot of bills with
I was just gonna say the Bills gonna have a lot of bills piling up. So that's 8.
it.
Who you got 9?
Jags.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, we have
I
them
got
roughly in the
Jags.
same area then.
The Jags are my AFC Championship team against the Chiefs, and somehow they got to make it. That's why I got them at 9.
I mean, that's a good. That's yeah.
That's the only reason. It's like they be jagging, Jags be jagging. Just like Lord have mercy,
It
like
hurts. It hurts watching them. That shit.
because y'all supposed to be good.
That's for me. That's why the 3 teams that I had tied at 10 are all the similar thing. Where it's like even I mean, really 9, 10, 11, 12, even 13. I'll throw in there because the
But
Chargers I have 13. It's like you guys are supposed to be good teams.
the thing about it is my number 10 team is the Seahawks, and they got Geno.
That's
Are they
hilarious.
supposed to be good? Because it's Geno. Like
10.
we,
Literally, when I wrote the list down, Seahawks are at 10. It's Seahawks, Cowboys, Jags, but I kept moving it around all day. And eventually I just decided I'm going to
but
put it where I had it. I'm just going to see if this nigga's cool with a tie because I can't do
but,
this. I can't.
but the thing about it is, like, I'm not expecting Geno to be Geno,
Yeah.
even with the Seahawks in the top 10, is over excelling for Geno right now after
Completely.
everything. So it's just like I'm not
But who else are you going to put there? You're going to put the Rams, the Buccaneers, the
exactly.
Saints? No.
So at this point is like realistically, like, if nobody, like, because I don't expect the Seahawks at this point. I don't expect the Jags, and at this
Mm-mm.
point, I don't expect the Bills to be in the AFC and NFC
And it's funny
championship.
because
So it's just like,
we have the Bills and the Cowboys basically kind of swap. Well, no, hold on. No, you had the Bills. Well, yeah. So that's how I look at the same thing. Like
but
somehow I trust the Bills more than I trust the Cowboys.
so I mean, yeah, but I'm at the end of the day, we both have our list to where we kind of figure out we can see what our AFC and NFC
Oh yeah.
championship is kind of going to be like.
What it's
Like,
starting to look like. Yeah,
yeah, it's
definitely.
just like Chiefs 49ers, we both for the last couple of weeks is gonna be like those are the 2 teams.
Yep.
So it's always switched between like Miami. It looked like Miami's been voted a lot in there, and then like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes Detroit, sometimes the Eagles. So I
Mm-hmm.
think the Eagles and Detroit might fight for that NFC one because I feel like both of them can beat the Cowboys any given day. Like
Oh, and
even on
get ready, especially if the Ravens win this weekend. Get ready for are the Ravens the best AFC? Are they the best team in the AFC? They beat the
they
Lions, who beat the
right,
Chiefs.
right,
I'm not
yeah, I
ready for
know.
that though.
everybody's everybody's pinnacle is the Chiefs though. So
Yeah.
but that's what we have to start getting ready with and ready, and everybody in the Chiefs
Mm-hmm.
organization have to. It's just like y'all the pinnacle now. It's just like if the Patriots lost to the Miami Patriots split with Miami damn near every year with Tom Brady.
Yeah. This shit's crazy.
So it's just like I remember the year
Uh
where they lost the last game of the year to the Hail Mary when Gronk
yep.
was down there. Miami stayed splitting with the Patriots. Like we already knew the Patriots was not gonna go undefeated because they always split it with somebody in their division. Some while, some it was usually Miami.
Yeah. That
Like
shit's funny. Oh,
so
I hope this
I
year is
mean,
so
but
crazy.
I mean if the Chiefs the pinnacle now, so everybody's gonna face
Yeah.
everybody like how Mahomes. I never was a person with the quarterback like he outplayed him. Like he had it just
Yeah.
like the quarterback didn't. Well, Mahomes didn't play the Chiefs defense tonight,
Yeah.
or in X, Y, and Z. It's just
Yeah.
like or X that person didn't play that defense tonight. It's just like I
This
don't.
ain't flag. You didn't play both ways, bro.
Yeah, it's not.
You go sit down. You the quarterback.
So But I don't know. I feel like both lists could be your three-way tie was kind of crazy. But
I know it was. That's what I was just. I didn't know. I can't for me to say the Cowboys are better than the Jags. When I say it out loud, it don't sound right. The Cowboys are hands down better than the Jags. Nah, that's not right. The Cowboys are better than the Seahawks. The Jags are better than the Seahawks are better than the Jags. It's like no matter how I try to tell myself these things, I just couldn't. I almost the alternative. I was gonna ask you when I asked you if you was like, no, no ties. I was just gonna be like, well, then I got nine. Because then I refuse to pick
I hate
against
doing
these
the top
teams because
10 because
they
I get
all
through.
suck.
I hate doing the top 10 because once I get through six, I'm like, well, you can put anybody you want from
Mm-hmm.
7 through 10.
Yeah,
Like
when I got to 5, 6
but
Ravens, Lions, that's when I start doing the stat dives where it's like, well,
but
I
this
feel this way, so let me go look at the stats and see what they say.
this is a very weird year as
Oh
well.
yeah, this is
Like
an awkward year.
watching football is just like you can't really tell who you can see glimpse of the top teams,
Yeah,
but you can't tell who is just like that team's definitely going to the Super Bowl.
I
Don't
mean,
care. Like
I think personally, I think there is a very glaring reason for that. And it gets us into our next topic. Thank you for the segue. I think there's a very good explanation for that. And I think what it really comes down to is quarterback play. It's quarterback play. It's bad. Everybody, we thought what we thought 4 years ago was this was going to be the quarterback renaissance. Why? Because we got Mahomes and Deshaun. We got who? Kyler Murray the next year. Then we got 19. I don't remember 19 being a good draft, but then 20 we got
was that
Tua.
Lawrence?
Nah, that's 21. Tua we got or 21 2020 we got Herbert, Tua, and Burrow. That was amazing. 21, we got Trevor Lawrence. He's amazing.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson was the
Lamar
year after
Jackson
Mahomes.
was
The year after
18. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But I think he was the only really good one from that draft, if I remember correctly. But
Yeah.
when I looked at this, I thought for a second I went to look up some of this stuff and I was like, what? What? So since quarterbacks drafted in the last 4 years, not counting, that's not the Lamar draft, and that's not uh Mahomes draft. So that's since Kyler Murray got drafted. Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones. Let me go through. Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, Gardner Minshew, Joe Burrow, Tua, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, Jalen Hurts, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Sam Howell, Malik Willis is like he's gonna be starting here soon. Desmond Ritter, Kenny Pickett,
Will Levis, all them other people. Yeah.
Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Aiden O'Connell is basically he's starting now. But when I went through 18 of the 32 starters were drafted in the last 4 years. If you go
Yeah.
back 10 years, you go back
It
10
took them like
years.
5, 6 years before they got another quarterback.
How many, if you go back 10 years, how many quarterbacks do you think were starting in the 2013 season? Well, hold on. Is it 2013? Yeah, 2013 in September of 2013. How many of those guys do you think were starting and were in their first 4 years? We're at least, yeah. Well, basically, we're either in their fourth year or younger.
Okay, so
Out
it's
of
20,
32,
13,
this year is
2013.
18.
Right. So 2013, I was in college. No, we still had a lot of the old school players because Philip Rivers was still
Mm-hmm.
playing.
Yep.
Brett Favre was still
Nah, Brett Favre was gone. Brett Favre was gone.
Yo, he left in 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Philip Rivers, Peyton is still playing. Tom Brady was still playing. Matt Ryan was still playing. Carson Wentz was still out
Just
there.
take a guess, and then I'll read you the
I'm gonna say
starters.
5.
It's 8.
Yeah, I would say it was close around there. It's like it
So
wasn't
here's
because we still a lot of old school players back then.
you want to
So I
hear this
mean
the list.
that's back then was like Matt Flynn or some shit like that.
Here's
Like
your
the
list:
hell,
Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees,
right?
Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning. Andrew Luck is the First one, because
Right.
this is somebody listed the starters, and they had Andrew Luck in the top.
Then he get
He was
drafted in like
six. He
12.
got
I
drafted the
mean,
year before that. So this is
right,
second. 13
12.
was his second year. Matt Ryan, Joe Flacco, Ben
Right.
Roethlisberger, Tony Romo, Robert Griffin in his second year.
Yeah.
That's two. They had two in top
And
11.
wait, what's crazy is Kirk Cousins was sitting behind him, and he was drafted the same year.
Exactly. Russell Wilson is the
His
third one.
third
That's
year.
three.
That was his third year, though, wasn't it?
Nah, this was his second year starting in 2013.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So Andy Dalton, this is Andy Dalton's fourth year. So that's four. Matt Stafford, this is his fifth year. So he's
You
going
showing
into his fifth year.
you
Because he
showing our
got
age
drafted in
right now, boy.
2008. So Matthew Stafford doesn't count in this list because he's in his fifth year. That would
You
be
sh-
Lamar
you showing
Jackson.
our age right
Yeah.
now, man.
So then here.
Like
Technically, I can't even put Colin Kaepernick. That would have been his second year of starting, but that would have been his fifth year in the league, so he doesn't count. Cam Newton is that's his third year, so that's five. Jay Cutler, Sam Bradford, that's his fifth or
oh
sixth year, or
Lord, I
something like
forgot
that.
about
That's like
Bradford and
yeah.
Cutler,
So
Lord.
that's his fifth year because I'm pretty sure he got drafted 08. Matt
Sam
Schaub,
Bradford did, yeah.
Phillip Rivers, Carson Palmer still starting, Michael Vick was
Mm.
still starting, Alex Smith, Jake Locker. So that's six. Jake Locker is six. Mark Sanchez, this was his fourth year, so that's seven. Ryan Tannehill is eight. And then Matt Flynn, but he was
Yeah, I
28 by
told you
then.
Matt Flynn was in
Brandon
it.
Weeden, I'm
He
not
signed a
counting.
fat
You
contract.
remember Brandon Weeden,
Yeah,
the
he was
Browns
28 when
quarterback?
he got drafted
Yeah, I didn't count him. I took him
from
out.
Oklahoma State.
He would be 9 or 10. Christian Ponder,
Mm.
and
Who the fuck
then
did he start for that year?
Christian Ponder started for Minnesota. Yeah. And then EJ Manuel, but he didn't make it through the whole year. Josh Freeman started, and
But
Blaine
what's
Gabbert was
crazy,
in his.
but I
No,
like
Josh
how you,
Freeman doesn't count either because that's his fifth year. He's going into
but
his fifth year, so he didn't count. So
and you
we're
said
talking
that
about
was
9 or 10.
2013, right?
Yes.
I
Think
think we
about
finna
that.
go back. I think we finna go back into that era where most of every team has their quarterback, and now it's just
Mm-hmm.
like building around that quarterback.
Now we're just 10 years straight.
Yeah, it's just like,
but that was my point. But then if we go through the quarterbacks right now, who are those guys that are going to stick? We talking in reality, we talking about
but we
seven
also
guys.
going through but it's different from back then because we also going through a era where it's more of, if we don't win now, I'm not paying you. You can go somewhere
Yeah.
else. We'll trade you off rip. We ain't gotta let you know we're trading you. And
But
then and
I
then
not really because Daniel Jones just got an extension.
and I
Kyler Murray
guarantee
got an
you,
extension. He
wait,
hasn't been great.
and I guarantee you they're gonna find a way to get off that contract after next year
Probably.
with Daniel Jones.
But let me go through.
Kyler Murray, I guarantee you they're gonna find a, if he don't come back and perform like how Dobbs did, they gonna find a way to get off his contract as well.
But here, let me
Like,
ask you, of those 18 quarterbacks that were drafted since 2019, I'm just going to go through. You tell me yes or no. They will still be starting on the same team for the next, let's say five, we'll say six more years.
starting period. Like,
Let's
not the
say,
same team, just starting period though. Because a lot of those players you named didn't start on that team initially, but they were still starters.
but yeah, you tell me. I'll read the names for. We're talking about the right now teams. I'll read
Okay.
the names. You tell me, do they get another contract with a team? Let's put it that way. So, and we'll just assume that okay, some of the younger guys they're gonna get the next extension. So we talking about they're gonna be there for 5 or 6 years. Kyler
Gotcha.
Murray,
No.
Daniel
With
Jones,
Arizona? With
yes.
Arizona?
I'm talking with the team they on right now. That's what I mean. Are they gonna be on the same team
No,
starting?
but Kyler Murray, somebody
just
will
like all
get
those other guys.
Kyler Murray with Arizona. I don't think he'll be Arizona his whole career. I think he will be on another team.
So that's a no.
Daniel Jones, no.
Gardner Minshew
He would
doesn't
be
really
a
count.
backup. No, Gardner Minshew doesn't.
Joe Burrow.
Anthony Richardson, Joe Burrow.
I'm
Yes.
gonna go through the list here. Tua,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
If he stay
Justin
alive,
Herbert,
yeah. Yes.
Jordan Love,
No.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Okay. Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Whoa, what was the hesitation on Trevor Lawrence?
I just feel like the organization will, but if they don't win a lot, I don't know. He strikes me as I might go try my own thing
Just
somewhere
get
else
the
type of
fuck out of
person.
here. All right,
Yeah,
let's
it's just
keep
like
going.
I've been through so much shit in Jacksonville. Let me go see if something else can clear
I
it.
can
But you
see
know what
that.
I'm saying? Like,
I can see that.
so
Okay,
yeah,
Zach
that's a
Wilson. No. Justin Fields.
no,
Mac Jones.
no,
Okay. Kenny Pickett.
no,
Desmond Ritter.
no,
Sam Howell.
no.
Brock Purdy.
In the next how many years?
And just the next will he get the next, I guess for
Uh,
him it's two
oh,
contracts. Will
will
he be there
he?
for over 5 years?
No.
Okay. So then I mean I guess
I feel like Kyle Shanahan don't even like quarterbacks for that long.
boy.
I feel like he'll use you for what you good for, and then once everybody get a good sense of how you play, he'll let you go and find another quarterback. Like
Okay,
I feel like he's literally that type of person.
I can see that though. Bryce Young.
That's a question mark. I don't know
So that's a
because
half. We'll call him half.
he's that's a question mark. So I want him. I want him to, and then I don't. I just don't know yet with Bryce.
CJ Stroud.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Okay.
He's gonna get it. He's gonna get a good contract.
Anthony Richardson.
He can stay healthy. Yeah.
Okay. Aiden O'Connell. Because he's technically starting right now as we speaking. The Raiders quarterback. The back. Okay. So I just want to point out this is what you have.
I'm not doing Aiden
7,
O'Connell right now.
18. We just named off 18 quarterbacks.
I'm
And you
not doing
think,
eight,
well, we'll skip him.
18.
Out of 18 quarterbacks, you think 7 of them will get will be on their team long term. And that goes to my point. So when you add Mahomes, Josh
Wait,
Allen,
so that means out of the
Lamar,
18, that's like what,
you only think maybe seven.
15?
Bryce Young was a half, so you think 7 of the 18 might be long-term starters for their team.
Right,
Goes
but
to
you
my
didn't name
point.
the other. You didn't name the other. What is that? 15
Yeah,
quarterbacks.
no. My point was to show you that those 18 quarterbacks that I named are just quarterbacks that have been drafted since 2019.
Oh, okay.
So that was my point, is that we are in an epidemic because more than half the league is young guys, and we only think 7 of them could be potential long-term
But
starters.
think about
That's
it
not even
is,
counting the injury or life or nothing.
yeah,
So then,
but
but that was my point.
the
You add Pat, Josh. I don't even let me go through.
Pat, Josh, Herbert, Burrow, uh,
Yeah.
goddamn
No, Burrow don't count
Lamar
because he was in
Jackson,
that. So we talking about Josh Allen,
Lamar
Lamar Jackson, Mahomes, Deshaun
Stafford.
Watson
Uh,
is another
mm,
starter. Technically, Jared
nah, he
Goff,
won't. Just
Dak
the way he
Prescott,
going, the way he going, Deshaun. But the thing about it is, I feel like.
Derek Carr, Jimmy G doesn't count.
But what's crazier is now that you name that list, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of those older quarterbacks. I
Are
don't
on
know.
their
I
team
just
longer. Yeah, that's my
no,
point.
not on a team longer. Not Dak. I don't think. I feel like Dak's on a way more slippery slope than what people think.
Yeah,
I think
probably.
I think the Cowboys will test the market with Dak when the time comes to see what they can get for him, and or Dak will test the market because maybe Dak is at his point in career where he don't want to be in the on the Cowboys in the limelight of NFL and things like that. He just want to be more low key, like a Kirk Cousins, where I'm lighting up the board.
Yeah.
I'm doing turnovers, but nobody's really talking about me unless they have to.
But that's not my
Like,
point isn't whether they'll be on their team or not. My point is the fact that we talking about more than half the league, because then you start getting into, okay, how long Kirk Cousins ain't playing 10 more years. He's
no,
37 years old. Who are all the old starting quarterbacks right now?
Kirk Cousins, Stafford.
Stafford,
Stafford.
Kirk Cousins. But that's kind of my point is that we
I think
that
Stafford might be the oldest quarterback playing right now,
I
right?
think he is, yeah. But then when we go back, let's do the opposite. Well, we don't even have to do the opposite because it was 10 young guys in 2013 versus 22 Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Matt Ryan, Joe Flacco, Ben Roethlisberger, Tony Romo, Andy Dalton, Jay Cutler, Sam Bradford, Matt Schaub, Phillip Rivers. We talk when
The fact that I keep hearing Jay Cutler is out of my mind.
I
It's
know
like,
it's hilarious.
damn, Jake Cutler.
Carson Palmer. We talking about guys that were starters. We talking about 20 guys who were starters for their team for 10 plus years. And when we sitting here doing the list, we talking about are we talking about 12? If we add Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar
That's
Jackson,
gonna actually stay
Dak,
on one team. You talking about that's gonna actually stay
no,
on
but
one
that are
team?
like the high level quarterbacks that will be in the league
Okay,
10,
well,
12, 15 years. We talking about
Carson
12
Palmer.
guys?
Okay, well, let's just Carson Palmer wasn't a high level quarterback.
With the Bengals he wasn't?
He didn't win a playoff game.
So is Tony Romo? Tony Romo
I
wasn't high
think they the
level?
same. I
But that's
just
kind
feel
of my
like they was
point.
really good play high
Yeah.
level. You know about when you call somebody high level, it's just like
What's the
that's
what's
high
the
level. Like
what's
I
the
don't
the
I don't think
the
Carson Palmer. I feel like I would rather have Carson Palmer. At least he went to a Super Bowl, right? With the Arizona Cardinals.
nah, that was Kurt
Oh, that
Warner.
was Kurt Warner. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
So
But
where's the
so then
very
if
good
they're the
cutoff then?
same
What's
player,
what's the very good cutoff right now in 2023 for starters? Like who is
as
that?
in like good and then not good.
Like you said, Carson Palmer, Tony Romo
Carson
level.
Palmer was they were Carson Palmer and Tony Romo is how I feel like Dak is.
So here, hold on. Let's
As
see.
in
Let's
like
let's
get you there. Like you can't cut them because if you cut them, any losing organization will want them because at least they get to the playoffs. And I don't know, because that's why I mean Carson Palmer lost what hella playoff games to the Bengals, and then guess what? Once he was on a free agent, the Arizona was like, well, we'll take those playoff losses in Arizona, see what we get from it.
you know who that
It's just,
sounds like you describing to me? Josh Allen.
uh, well, maybe it's Josh Allen, like it,
Or
but it's
Dak.
just
That
like
sounds like Dak.
that's what I said. Dak. That's just,
Yeah.
they're definitely Dak. It's like
But
Tony Romo is definitely Dak.
okay,
Like,
then so to prove not to prove my point, but to show you what I'm saying. Okay, where tell me when to stop where you put Dak in this list. Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Andrew Luck, Matt Ryan, Joe Flacco, Ben Roethlisberger, Tony Romo, RG3, Russell Wilson, Andy Dalton, Matthew Stafford, Colin Kaepernick, Cam Newton, Jay Cutler.
all right.
Okay,
What are we naming off of though?
this is the 2013 list of starters. If you stop him right there, then you got that's
No, I
easy.
wasn't stopping right there, but I'm just trying to. I didn't know what the list you was going off of. That's why you
It's
just
the
started.
same. It's the same list I was
Okay,
going off
well,
of. But my point is that we thought we were going to be in a quarterback renaissance. We thought that we were going to be in a new era where there was going to be
but
all these great quarterbacks. But if you really look at it, it's worse. It's
the
far
thing
worse
about it
than it was
is
10 years ago.
that's what's perfect about the draft and everything. It's like you never know who's gonna be good until if the right. That's why they say it's the right. I'm always big on. I don't care how good of a player you are, X, Y, and Z. It's always right coach, right system for the right player.
True. But
Like
when you look at it,
you might have a good player that outplays the system that they're in, aka Trevor Lawrence in his first couple years with Jacksonville and then Urban Meyer and things like that. But I just feel like Patrick Mahomes, if he didn't get behind Alex Smith and learn like how not to throw picks and control the ball a little bit,
yeah, but
Patrick
okay, hold on,
Mahomes
hold on,
out
hold
of
on. But you're going into a more like deep philosophical. Could these people be good in the correct situation? And I'm more looking at it like we talking about right now, what has happened and what is happening right now, not what's possible. Is it possible Daniel Jones could be better than Philip Rivers in a specific system?
But I would say,
Sure.
but right now, I
Is
mean,
it
if
possible
we
Bryce
taking,
Young could be the greatest quarterback of all time if he's in the right
but
system
if
with the right
but
players?
if I'm
Sure.
taking, but if I'm taking Dak right now, Dak, and put him in some places back in the day with some of them
No, 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 no,
quarterbacks.
no, no. I'm saying simply how you look at it skill wise. Who do you think is a better quarterback? That's why I said, tell me when to stop. Where does he fall in that list? I'll do it again. You just tell me where you put Dak because I feel like
Okay,
Dak is the good barometer.
skill as a quarterback
Who's
or
the
just like
better quarterback? You tell
okay.
me when to stop because I feel like Dak or Kirk Cousins are the perfect barometer because they're usually in everybody's list, they're around
Well,
12 or 10,
well,
somewhere around
and
there.
that's exactly where Eli Manning is. Like Eli Manning wasn't a top 5, 7 quarterback in the NFL when he was playing.
Yeah, Eli.
The only reason why he boosted his own career is because beating Tom Brady in 2 Super Bowls. So now
eh,
everybody's like, Eli Manning is good, but it's just like each and every year he wasn't a top 7 quarterback in the NFL. It's like it was always one quarterback who was like, I don't know, man. It's like because back then with Eli Manning, you had Philip Rivers, I would take over him, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Michael Vick was around that time, McNabb was around that time. Uh,
my point,
let me
you
go
kind
back.
of proving my point though, because that means if you can go more than 12 deep on guys that you would pick over Dak in that era, that proves my point because Dak
But
is
I
a
don't.
top 10 quarterback right now. That proves the point that it's worse now. Dak would not be nowhere near a top 10 quarterback back then. Even if we saying Eli's not that high, we still talking about Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Andrew Luck, Matt Ryan, Ben Roethlisberger, Tony Romo,
I
RG3
see.
is at
That's
his
where we
peak.
go. I feel like that's where it sits. It's just
Is
like
he better than Matt Stafford? Is he better than Cam Newton? Is he better than Jay Cutler? Is he better than Philip Rivers? Is he better than Vic? Is he better than
why is
Alex
Jay
Smith?
Cutler over? So
But
what
I'm
list
at.
are
Do
we
you think
going
he's
off of?
better?
That where is this list going off of? Jay Cutler shouldn't even be that high on the list.
But I'm talking about it. But see, what you're basing it off of is what is to come from Jay Cutler. Because at this point with Jay Cutler, I'm pretty sure this is. Let me read to make sure. I'm pretty sure this is Jay Cutler. I think before he even makes it to the NFC Championship. This is Jay Cutler with the Bears. This ain't even the best Jay
I,
Cutler in 2013 then. But that's my point. So even if you're saying, okay, we'll stop right around the Jay Cutler area, that means you putting Dak like 17 compared to now where he's 10. Can you make it to 13 before you
I
put
don't
Dak
think.
in? I don't think you
But
can
is
without squeezing
you
somebody
can
in.
argue, but you but say
That's a
you can
stretch.
argue with him being. I just feel like you can argue with Dak being top 10 then, but
You
he's
cannot argue that Dak would be
he's
top
like the
10 compared to those
but
guys.
but he's like one of those players where you try to argue your team being top 2, where you have good arguments both sides and bad side. I think he's that player. He's just that player. It's like
Well, here, let me.
when
Well,
like 20 years from now, when people be like, "Is he good or is he bad?" I'm like, he's kind of like Dak.
let's
It's like
finish with this question. Let's finish this topic with this question. Do you think the quarterback position is better right now in 2023 than it was in 2013?
uh, yeah.
You think it is right now? Okay. And
Right. I just feel right now it is. I just feel like they understand the game, and I mean, you got rules and shit that's different from back then, but
now
I just feel like off of a pure talent wise, like if you take our top quarterbacks in this area, like
no
I mean,
way.
but it's
It's
weird
not even
because
close.
we've seen all the quarterbacks. So I'm like, all right.
I think this is what's happening. I
But the
think what
thing
you're doing
it's
is
killing
here
because
in the middle of the pack back then was a lot longer of a list than it is now. But if we do, let's just do top five. So who's your top five right now? Pat, Josh,
Pat, Josh,
Joe, Burrow, Justin
right.
Herbert. Who you got five?
You can have a lot at 5.
I don't think you can have a lot at five back then because we talking about Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew
So it's
Brees,
better. It's
Aaron
better. So
Rodgers.
that means it's better now, then, right?
No, how does that make sense? Because 5 through 12 you could interchange. You that to you means that it's better. I think that makes it worse because if we talk about where does Justin Herbert go in that list that we was just the old school list?
Oh, at the top easily.
So he's over Pete Cam, Tony Romo, Ben Roethlisberger, Matt Ryan, Andrew Luck,
I
Peyton
would probably have.
Manning, Tom Brady,
I mean, I would probably
Drew
have Justin
Brees,
Herbert
Aaron
where Matt
Rodgers.
Ryan is at that point. Like Matt Ryan wasn't like he was throwing yards, but he was also throwing interceptions.
So in our era, Justin Herbert is third, but if you throw him back compared to that list, he's eighth. That's my point. That's my point.
No, no,
He's seventh or eighth. We can
nah.
end there. We can end there because this might
Our
be a
top,
deeper
but I would
argument
say
then.
it's top heavy back then though.
It's
But
top heavy now.
that's only because we've seen it, and they're most of those people at the top of your list is already solidified. So we're mentally when you say that, and we thinking like, okay, so like every time you say, can Josh Herbert uh, be here? And I just keep thinking, I always go back to like, damn, what they do in their career. But I can't do that with Josh because his career is still going. The only person
Yeah,
I
but
can honestly do that with is Pat. Like Pat can jump all them. Like
yes.
it's Tom Brady and then Pat. But other than that, it's just like everybody else. I keep jumping to like, all right, so this quarterback did that. Well, this quarterback did that. It's like it's hard to compare. But I'm just going off like,
Let's see. Let me
and
see
it's
something real
it's,
quick.
it's a different era too. Just like you,
Yeah.
is trying to compare eras is very weird and like
All right. Here's a perfect example. Where did we put Jared Goff in your draft? Actually, I can look it up. I can look this up. You
oh
had
damn
Jared. Now, see, this is my point. In our draft, you went first, so that means Jared Goff went ninth.
but we was going off of how they was playing right now though.
Yes, but if we did a draft of
I
all
mean
the
if I did
quarterbacks
a
from
draft of
2013, what are we doing?
but if we did like it's just weird. It was like, oh, Jared Goff. I don't.
At the time, let's think about it this way. Somebody like Joe Flacco, we look at now and be like, oh, Joe Flacco was a fucking bum. But at the time, he took a team to the Super Bowl and got a max contract.
Right, but I feel like Jared Goff's better than Flacco. But
You can argue that.
Jared Goff back in the day, I think would have been better because he wouldn't have to be asked to throw more because he would have had a running back probably behind him. Because back in
I
the
mean,
day
I
wasn't
guess.
really a throwing. So it's just like you can mask a bad quarterback just handing the ball off 30 times. So like that's why I said Joe Flacco. Like yeah, he had the number one defense and a real good running back system, and then all he had to do was play action.
We can agree to disagree. Let's go through picks real quick and let's get up out of here.
All right, bet.
Yeah, because I'm getting fucking hungry.
Man.
All right, picks. Jags at Saints.
That's the one. I'm taking Jags easily.
I'm taking Saints because Trevor's hurt. If you forgot, Trevor's
Oh,
hurt,
is
and
he?
I think he's still questionable. So even if he's dinged up, I'm
Who's
gonna go with
they
the
who's they
Saints.
backup?
I don't even know. I think they're one of those teams that doesn't have a good backup. We'll see. Because either way, the Saints defense is pretty crazy. CJ Beathard, Yeah, I'm going Saints because they
Oh,
defense
CJ
is too
Beathard, yeah.
solid. Yeah.
Yeah,
Next we
no.
got Browns at Colts. I'm going with the Browns. I don't. There should be no way that they lose this game, and probably because I said that they will lose. But I'm still going Browns.
Browns and Colts. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going Browns. Yeah. I feel like the defense will hold it down.
Next is Bills at Pats.
Bills.
Yeah, Bills. That's easy. Commanders at Giants. I'm going Commanders. This was a weird one, but I'm going Commanders. I
Yeah,
just
I'm
trust
going
them a little more.
Commanders. I don't trust the Giants no more.
Which kind of says a lot about the Bills, but still. Lions at Ravens. This is one of the good
It's a
matchups
big
this
one.
week. Yeah.
I'm gonna just vote. I'm gonna just go Lions because we need the Ravens to take an L for this AFC push with the Chiefs. So let's go Lions. Like
I'm
you
I'm
beat.
with you. I'm with the Lions too, and I think it'll mostly be because that Jared Goff has a better game than Lamar Jackson. That's it. Defense or both offenses versus both the defenses. I think the Lions get the nod a little bit here. Next we got Raiders at Bears. Nasty. I'm
Is that
going
a pick 'em?
Raiders.
Is that a
I don't.
pick 'em?
I don't know. I don't have the odds up. Hold on. Let me
I don't
see.
know. Is Justin Fields playing?
I don't think so. No,
I need to know because he's my fantasy quarterback. I probably need to look that up
I don't
because
think so.
I definitely really don't want to start Russell Wilson.
Oh, you got Russell Wilson. That's tough.
My skills player has been handling it down for me for a second, but my fantasy.
The
But
last thing I can see here is there's still a slight chance that he plays, so it looks like it's leaning more towards no, he's not
no.
playing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Raiders, but the Raiders are on their backup quarterback too. But Aiden O'Connell, at least we kind of know what he is a little more than Pat Badgett, whatever the fuck, Steve Badgett, or whatever the fuck that dude's name is the backup for the Bears.
Man.
But who you got? Did you say who you had?
Yeah, I said the Raiders.
Okay. Next we got Falcons at Bucks.
Ooh. Both of them need to win, to be honest. Divisional game. I think Bucks bounce back. I'm going Bucks.
I had the same thing in my picks. I think it's just the Buccaneers have a sneaky top 10 defense. A little weird.
Mm-hmm.
And the Falcons, Desmond Ritter's not, all they have to do is just be solid on offense. They can win that game. Next, Steelers at Rams. It is I got Rams.
Rams.
Yeah.
Yes. I
They
can't
should
trust
win that game.
Kenny Pickett, so
Aaron Donald should eat him up. That line is not
that
good.
line's not. Yeah, it's not. Kenny Pickett might. Matter of fact, I don't want to say it, but training staff be on alert.
Yeah, it's one of those. Get the stretchers out
Like,
beforehand.
yes, I
Yeah,
want to say the stretchers, but be ready to be running on the field a lot. How about that?
Next is Cardinals at Seahawks. Wow. I had the Cardinals before I looked at the line just now. I had the Cardinals winning just because I think it's just going to be one of those sneaky. It's a divisional game. It's just a weird. Oh, we
Where
take
is
them
it? Where is it
lightly.
at?
It's at Seattle.
No, I'm going Seahawks.
Yeah, Seahawks are favored by 8.
I used to live in Seattle. I know how to get down there in divisional games when it get cracking. Like
I would if I was betting. I'm betting the Cardinals plus 8. I don't think it'll be an 8-point game.
Oh yeah.
Game.
I would definitely bet Cardinals plus 8. That's crazy that they got the line at 8. Like, what has
that's
Seattle
wild.
done to get the line like that? Like, Arizona deserve a lot of
little
more
respect
than that. But shit,
I would have said if you would have put it at like 5.5, I would have took that probably. But 8 is crazy.
Shit, I would have took it at 5. I would take Arizona at 5.5 too. I think it's gonna be a 3-point game.
Oh shit. Well, yeah. I picked Cards to win. So, Packers at Broncos. Who you got? I'm gonna just tell you the spread is -1. I just won't tell you who you got.
I know. Yeah,
it's a 1-point. It's a pick-up game essentially.
Yeah, it's definitely a pick-up game, but
I'll just tell you who I got.
I'm gonna go Green Bay because I don't want the Broncos to win. They ain't our division.
I think I picked the Broncos just because I think they have a bounce back game. And I just think, I was bigging up Jordan Love and everything, and he has just been flailing. He can't put a whole game together. He either plays good the first half or the second half. He can't do both. And I think the Broncos will have a point to prove. That's why I got them winning. Next is the guys. It's the Chargers at the Chiefs. I mean, do we even have to say this? We both
Come
got
on
the
now.
Chiefs, right? It's Chiefs minus 5.5. I'm taking that too.
Yeah, definitely taking
Okay.
that.
So the next one is the marquee matchup of the week. It is the Dolphins in Philadelphia to face the Eagles. I'm taking the Dolphins to win.
Dolphins Eagles would be
That's a
lit.
good game. Yeah. That's the Sunday night game,
Uh,
too.
I'm going
Can I?
Eagles.
Okay. I was about to say, can I interest you in the stat that the Eagles are the 29th pass defense in the league
Don't care. I don't care.
against
What
the
a
number one passing defense in Miami?
listen. I don't care.
So good luck on Tyreek out there,
I'm going
guys.
Eagles. What's the spread?
The spread is Philly minus 2.5. But they're at home, so that's really a pick 'em because one and
Yeah,
a
is that
half is for
yeah?
home. So
That's a pickle.
yeah. Monday night is the 49ers at the Vikings in Minnesota. The spread is
Wait, I'm going 49ers. Like
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
even know.
The spread is 7 points, which seems kind of low. If you're gonna give the Cardinals, if you're gonna give the Seahawks an 8 point spread, is that the second? No, Bills Patriots is second biggest spread. That should probably be a 10 point game, damn near.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
how
what
they
they're
do that
playing
shit.
for. I don't know how they do
They
that either,
morals and whatever the hell else they play for.
but those are the picks, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the show.
Week, what's that? Week 6 picks?
Week 7 picks.
Week 7 picks. Boy, listen, I'm a week behind.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
Week
America.
7.
Don't listen to me.
Week 7 picks locked in. Everything's
Locked
coming up.
in.
I will be back on when is Monday. I do it Sunday, but it's coming out Monday. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Blah blah blah. Subscribe to the YouTube. Follow me on all the social media stuff. Like and subscribe on YouTube. All the yada yada yada. The outro.
All the extra stuff. Follow my boy Carr. Do what you need to do.
Yes. Go join a flag football team. All right, guys. See you later.